Welcome to 2020, where everything is fake or real, and the only people who can tell you what's fake or real are the experts or credible sources. So let's figure out how to not be a conspiracy theorist. So these days, everything you're going to see in the news is not a source. None of these are sources. If you want to prove this, you don't use this right here. If you want to, use source-based information. Same thing with Fox News. You don't want to use any sources to prove your information that they say their sources are telling them. That's just, we're playing a big broken game of broken telephone. So basically, you never want to use news as a source to prove your point. Basically, most of the time we're trying to prove that the news is true or false anyways. So what you would want to do is always make sure that the source you're using is official source, .gov, in here in Canada is gc.ca, gq, whatever. Source-based information. So if you want to spread stuff about the Epstein sex cult Hollywood pedos, you would go to the Justice Department or the FBI. So let's start with that. FBI, which one do we want to do? The Epstein one is kind of out in the open. But it's not. It's never going to get completed. NXIVM, that one's underway too. You'll go right away. You'll see Forbes, Wikipedia, CNN, New York Times, all these things. This is the source right here. Justice.gov. Okay? Because you typed in FBI, they were like, oh no, silly goose. The FBI didn't really, they did some of it, but it's justice.gov. That's the source. So here's the source of that. They were all convicted. You can see it all one article. Co-defendants. Conspiracy. Oh no, they're guilty of racketeering, conspiracy. Oh, Claiborne Ben. Oh no. Okay, see, so the conspiracy is a conspiracy, but it's real. So right there, one link will just prove your point. You never have to go through that again. Okay? Same thing with another one. Freaking COVID. Okay, most people who are looking into COVID know that about the Great Reset. Okay? When you look up the Great Reset, hey look, they actually give you WeForm. See? So those are the people running the official source of look at this, Bank of Canada. Isn't that nice? August 2020, Great Reset. But you'll never see them in the news talking about the World Economic Forum and the Great Reset. They're just, and they try and make it look so pleasant, everything they do, that it's not even a good idea to be sharing this with just anyone. It's like you want to share it with the people who are like asking questions, or they're all skeptical about something. They're the pro-maskers. They want everyone to be shot in the streets for not wearing a mask. But at the same time, at some point, they see an article and they're just like, wait a second, no, our government's just overstepping their bounds. And then you're like, yes, this is bing, that's the perfect time to walk in, give them fact-based information. It's all right here, But you also don't want to be sharing that with some people because they're going to want to join in on this thing. That's the thing. The conspiracy is out in the open now. It's these people and the UN and the IMF and the WHO and all that. They're the conspirators. So they're the conspiracy theorists pushing their conspiracy, and we're just the observers, But everything that they're doing is in plain sight because they need to attract attention. They want people to jump on board their little super speed train to progress. But so it's all in plain sight, But if you share this with everyone, 50% of the people, or maybe 40% of the people are going to be like shocked and not cool with it. The other 40% of the people are going to see an opportunity here to join in on the hype train and go along with this because they can profit from it and be part of the club in the end. So it's a slippery slope, but you can see it in people's comments almost, or what people are saying out in the real world. It's some of them are confused, some of them are scared, some of them are pissed, but anyone with a brainstem is asking questions at some point because they're intentionally dividing us every day. So all of these all these conspiracy theories, like this one, and like anti-maskers want you dead, and they don't care about other people, and people who think the moon landing never happened think the Earth is flat as well. It's all just divide and conquer, and the elite and the media and all that, they love it. It's just one more demographic to throw into the identity politic pool. Like, it's even better for them because now it's not just the left and right. It's not just yes or no. There's someone dancing in between going like, you people are all idiots. So then they're all fighting each other. You know what I mean? And then the guy in the middle dancing and being like, look, you idiots, open your eyes. They look like the biggest idiot because the world has worked for so long that in a way that just makes you a believer or a non-believer, pro-masker, anti-masker. Like, these are all things that they just make up on the fly. There's no such thing as an anti-masker. People don't care if you're an anti-masker, you don't care if people don't wear a mask, right? You're not going to wear a mask. But if you're a pro-masker, everyone needs to wear a mask because you're part of the club, and you're like, yeah, identify as us. And it's so ironic that everyone's saying, like, oh, you should be able to identify how you want, but you must identify as this, 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 or this. And it's like, you people are all so lost. It's like watching a giant circus from the outside, which I constantly talk about. So fact is, just avoid anything that's not source-based. I wouldn't even say .org, because, .gov is great. That's about all you want to use, or whatever in your country, however they mark a official website from the government. And you'll see that everyone you start to argue with in life and on Facebook or Twitter, where the hell you do your business, they just start to absorb information, and you don't want to push it. A salesman never sells you something by making you believe in it. That's what these news clowns do. Every day they go back and every day they have to tell you the same damn thing just so you can believe it. Because if you were to really think about it for just a couple minutes on your own without being influenced, you would all see what's going on. Most people would, at least. So, and that's the whole divide and conquer narrative. It's everything we're seeing on these screens, whether it's a TV, a smartphone, or a computer. It's all fake. The real world is right outside that door, or in past the screen on the wall, or everywhere else. That the world that we see on these screens is the world that we need to be convinced of to believe it, because otherwise we wouldn't trust anyone on it. So I say, and now is the best time to be alive, guys. Like, there's no reading all this garbage is just, who cares about this stuff? Like, this is their plan. This is their plan. They have a plan. Their problem. They're the conspiracy theorists now. They're also the criminals and the treasonous bastards. So just mock them daily. Mockery is a great form of protest. And you don't need to go stand out in the middle of the streets blocking traffic from your fellow citizens, pissing everyone off. That's another divide and conquer tactic. We're told to go protest out in the streets, stopping everyone we love and know, and everyone that all the strangers around us too, that we're pissing them off because we're mad at the government or whatever the cause is. So stop biting their bait. Help. You can help by sharing, And I'm really doing this video because in October, Facebook, I don't know, Twitter is already banning everyone left, right, and center. Well, not left, sorry. But, Facebook is going to implement new standards, and whether we like it or not, they're going to do it. So we might as well use it to our advantage, where we report fake news, like actually go and click the report button on fake news, and make sure that they know, like Facebook knows that they're the ones spreading fake news. And anytime you want to post anything as of October 1st, you should post source-based information, and then they won't be able to ban you. Like, they're going to fact check it all the way. They're going to say partially fake. Partially, the fact checkers are just like, help, because the conspiracy is right out in the open. So you don't have to, the only thing you have to do is convince people of the perception of it. That this, is everything that they say. We must do this because we need a better world. If we don't do this, we're not going to innovate. Everything they do is everything that is the same headline. We're going to make a life better for you. They're the ones who did this. We're going to make globalization did this. But globalization will fix this now for you, because you're incapable of doing anything on your own, even washing your hands. Even you have to wear a muzzle on your face because you can't cover your mouth when you cough, and you spit when you get mad. So you're like little seething, like Tasmanian devils. So go through all of this if you want. Here's your 5G conspiracy theory. And it just, when you finally get to the point where you're going to convince everyone of it, it's hilarious. Or convince anyone of it. Sometimes they'll write you a little note, telling you, hey, thank you so much for sharing that with me. I had no freaking idea. And the people around you too, and your neighbors and stuff like that. We're all so divided. It's bad, but it's great. Because they call this the Great Reset. I call this time the Great Catalyst. We're going through like 10 years of politics in a matter of months, and they're using it. They're the ones being like, everybody get out in the streets, and so we have we have a role to play, guys. We're all actors. Black Lives Matter, right? They're telling you, right? Like, yeah, look, we're 2 generations. Make the world sustainable again. This doesn't even look fucking real. Like it's everybody's like, oh my god, this looks so progressive, and it's like, man, this is the funniest show on the planet, and it's beautiful. Like I see this, and I'm like, yeah, bring it, baby, because the corrupt people on this planet who are doing this, and like who like lead the world, the Bill Gates that are sitting there like, we're so perfect, and we have to make everyone like us. It's like they're so broken that they think that they're the heroes of this COVID war and the invisible enemy. We're gonna beat this thing with our vaccines, and we're gonna help you. We're gonna save you all. This is what we look like to them. They're just mocking us all the way, and it's for anyone in plain sight. This is like, even in entertainment, this is the greatest entertainment show we've ever seen. If you like movies, turn on the news every day. It's the greatest. You'll see them like parrots from one side to the other. Just every day, these people, our sources say, experts say, a new study says, and everything in 2020 is brand new now to them. Because they're resetting the world, they want us to think that everything that we just learned from the past 100 years was absolutely wrong, and now we figured it out. But it's a progressive thing for them. They have a linear goal, and it's always been the same for the past. They have the project for the new American century and the Sustainable Agenda 2030. It's Agenda 21. Agenda 21 is not a conspiracy theory. It's their agenda. And then here, let's go do that. Agenda. See, 21. With these things, just write PDF at the end, man. You're talking about a plan that was literally organized by the UN. Sustainabledevelopment.un.org content document Agenda 21 PDF. This is the official thing. So if you want any official documents, just, here, look, we can do this. Epstein. Oops. Sorry, I'm holding something in my head again. Epstein! Epstein. Here, let's spell it right. Document clouds. Assets? No. Justice Department? Yes. See? Boom. There you go. You can find they have the whole Epstein PDF. You can go FBI too. You'll see. FBI, Vault. See? Blah, 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 blah. Epstein. Oh, for some reason. Huh. They removed all of their... Oh, that's the only one? Okay. Well, they have a whole vault for stuff like this. So if people are saying specific things, don't even bother with people who are just, they won't believe it anyways, ever. There's no way. Most leftists just don't care. Like, you can go watch a movie about Yuri Bezmenov. He says word for word, they're polluted, and you can bring them to the gulags or concentration camps, and they still won't believe you. So I think you guys get the picture. But it's a lot easier to do the job of a conspiracy theorist, waking people up, when you just use official sources and you don't make it personal. You don't care if they believe or if they don't. You're trying to help them out to understand what they're asking about. And it's not even about waking them up. It is about waking them up, but it's about being like, basically people have to understand that, if they're concerned about their families or their kids and stuff like that, they should be, and they're the only people on this planet who care the most about their own kids. So...
諦めんなよ。諦めんなお前。どうしてそこでやめるんだ、そこで。もう少し頑張ってみろよ。ダメやめ諦めたら周りのことを思うよ。応援してる人たちのことを思ってみろって。あともうちょっとのところなんだから。俺だってこのマイナス10度のところしじみが取れるって頑張ってんだよ。絶対やってみろ。必ず目標達成できる。だからこそネバーギブアップ。